All right, Paul. First, I want to introduce you to everyone in this live. Uh, what happened is that when I started promoting for this live show, one place I promoted this was on two WhatsApp groups, and I got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people doesn't know about you, but who knew about you, they were saying a lot of good things about your juice, about pricing, about everything. So why don't you introduce us a little bit about yourself? I mean, checking your Instagram account, what I knew is that you're a DJ and you do juice and you love cats. So can you tell us a little bit more and how did you start this project?
أول شيء thank you for having me. يمكن يكون في شوي delay بيني وبينك هلا لأنه في كذا application صاروا involved فممكن يكون عم بتأخر لأسمعك بس I can hear you clearly. Yep, true. I love cats. اسمي Paul. I love cats and dogs and all living creatures. I do DJ. I play music as a hobby كمان. Instruments and stuff. And 3 years ago, I was introduced
Yeah,
to vaping by someone.
no worries.
I used to be a smoker for 16 and a half years non-stop. كنت أعمل around 2 packs a day until one day I grabbed a pot system. بتذكر كانت السموك badge, Rolo badge or something. So I grabbed that ومشيت فيها that was the end of smoking for me. It has been a nice ride, إذا بدك. A very interesting ride. I met a lot of good people.
Wow.
Many of them موجودين معنا هلا على اللايف وماني بعد مش موجودين هلا بس they will get to watch this later. My experience with DIY was when I first started وبتعرف واحد
Smoking.
ببلش ببلش الواحد ما بيعرف من وين يجيب وشو يجيب و what's the best setup or how to start how to get stuff. So مثل كل هالعالم نزلت على محل I got a couple of bottles of juices وطلعت على البيت. For the irony I was using 3 milligram freebase على pod system بس even with that ما حسيت انه بدي ارجع ولع سيجاره ever لانه كان هالقد طالع ديني منها.
Can we talk purely in English because I think we have a lot of English with us.
Yeah, sure. I will stress on the English side, the English part. So I got the juices. I came back home. I started vaping, like put the juice in the bottle and in the pod system in the mod you have and vape it. Sadly, after a month, I discovered that all the bottles I purchased were fake. So many of them were
I don't think
open.
there's anyone. Yeah.
And fake. So honey, and not to if is even when I got like um, a non-fake bottle, it would be over sweet for my taste. فهون بلشت تجي الفكرة إنه why don't I do this? Like everyone seems to be doing it in the Eastern world. So I started researching on how to start for my own أكيد preference and what I love and how to experiment and yeah, so that's how my story started. And before that, I met with someone with a lot of good actually people who will help you in this domain even لو كانت بلبنان. في كتير ناس مناح وفي كتير ناس مش مناح وين ما كان بالعالم. So I strongly believe that. Special shout out to George, to Fadi, and to David Deeb. He was an extremely genuine guy, and I'm pretty sure everyone in Lebanon either heard of David or know David. So he was a very good person, with me at least, and with many people I know. Um, and that's how we started. Um, I ordered a couple of things back from the US, and I
Who
started.
doesn't love David Deep, huh?
That's definitely, that's sure. Everyone who doesn't love David has something wrong with him.
He was the
So
best.
yeah, yeah, no doubt about it. David is still one of the best people I know in as a person, of course.
Ironically, I started with David as well.
Everyone has. So yeah, anything in particular you want to know how I started? There will be a delay. يلا بعدني عم بحكي
He got
سامحوني.
the corona, man. He got the corona. The
Yeah,
only one
yeah,
who we know in the vaping industry here in Beirut who
yeah.
got the corona.
I got
And
the
he was
corona.
cured. Thanks
Hmm.
God.
Of course, good things happen to good people, Jay.
Hey, Marwan. I wish I can have like $1 million now. That would be a good thing. Yeah, when you blow your vape, it's all coming in the mic.
Yeah. We'll try to do that less.
All right, so now you have your own juice. You have your own juice now. Oh, it's not your own juice that you do whatever. If I wanna duplicate like the dinner, you can do it, right? Uh, we have an issue is that most of the vapors they really don't know about you. Do you have like an Instagram page or a Facebook page where we can promote it here now so everyone can know about it?
First of all, let me tell you basics about DIYing and some very well known and not so known points in general. And then I will go to the part that has to do with me in person. Uh, no one on earth living can ever duplicate a juice which he has no clue about the ingredients of. Anyone who tells you that he can duplicate one juice, he's either lying or delusional or he doesn't know what he's doing. Um, it's way more complicated. Every juice um, is made of vegetable glycerine, propylene glycol, and a bunch of concentrates. Concentrates I will get to in a bit. Um, every juice you take from anywhere in the world, any company, those companies work with mixers. Those mixers do the juices for this company. Company asks for a profile of a juice, and the mixer works for 6 8 months, 1 year, preparing around 20 25 30 samples of this same profile the company asked, and he would label them 1 to 20 or A to Z, or yeah. So he offers this to the company. Company meets up. They do test the juices, and they pick number eight. So he either sells number eight, or he keeps the recipe for himself, and they make a deal about it. If he sold them the recipe, this is well kept. The recipe is very complicated. It has to do with percentages and tiny numbers, so you can't guess all 8 or 9 or 10 concentrates and their ratios in one bottle. So that's in brief as I could, as simple as I could explain. So no one can clone a juice. They can work on the general profile. For example, knowing what a dinner lady is made of, and you can, or the general profile of a dinner
And it's
lady.
secret. No one will get it, right? The recipe.
Exactly, exactly. Unless the company decides that they would give you the recipe because they're updating their line with newer recipes, or if it was leaked from the company. So that's the only way you can have the original recipe of a company. What I do is I have my own recipes, just like any other mixer in the world. I do tests on different types of flavors. I have over 450 flavors in my stash, and I have over 100 uh, finished recipes, tested recipes, and they are either derived or um, taken from well-known recipes. Like, you see what is this liquid is made of, and you try to do something from this family or from this vibe. Or some are very
Wow,
uh,
450.
personal. Yep. And others are personally, just simply personal recipes, which I, along the way, understanding the concentrates and how each one works and how each one works with the other, and what would you get if you use this with that, with that, with that, and then you start doing your cake. That's how I call it. You just start layering your cake until you get the final product. So, as for the juice, I will just keep on talking a bit, just because of the delay. Because if I waited, it will take like 30 seconds to hear your question. So, I don't do this for marketing purposes. I don't do this for, yeah, public, like, as a businessman. Everyone I work with today, I work with, are either friends or friends of friends or friends of friends of friends. They got to hear about me from one person or another. I never promoted myself, and I
Yeah, yeah,
prefer
go
to
ahead. No worries.
stay like so. Like, this is not a business I'm running. I'm running something on a personal level, and I'm always happy to have some new friends. Along the way, I meet friends of friends, and they become my friends. I steal friends from people. That's that's my first job. Um, so we I start to know about people. I start to know how they what they love, what they hate, how their taste buds work, what they prefer the most, their profiles. Some people love menthol with with their juices, others don't. So
You
it's
stealer.
all it's all it's all is profiled down in my small book aside, and that's how I work with everyone I know so far. And the people are good. Like, good people attract good people, so technically good people attract each other, and they just promote each other, word of mouth, and that's how we got here.
You did not ever think that I want to produce my own juice line with the labeling, with the name, and start distributing it?
um, I did have that idea, but let me tell you something. It is a bit difficult here to do so due to the country situation, due to the regulations on the vape industry so far. It's technically impossible now in Lebanon to do this, but I'm working with what's available, what options, what available options there are. You know.
All right. Do you know that there is like two very famous juice from the United States that they are purely made by Lebanese people? You have the R reserved RSRVD vape. They are made by Lebanese in Texas, and the drops, which is this, which is also made by a Lebanese called Wissam.
Jay, let me tell you something. I travel a lot. I went to Cyprus. I went to Greece last year, and I met people who vape. Yeah, I know the drops. Um, in Greece, I met people who vape. Actually, the person I rented the flat from, she vaped, and as a gesture, I gave her one of my liquids. And you know, Greece, they are gods of liquids, and they have this special thing for vaping and mods and stuff. So this girl was um, really enjoying this juice, and I got feedback from her, from her brother who vapes as well, from many people I laid around in Greece. And trust me, we Lebanese can do a lot of good things. We just need this boost, or uh, this support, if you want, from the community, from the
High-end
government.
mods in Greece, mods and Atties.
Yeah, yeah, high end, exactly. So um I can easily understand how Lebanese people would do so much good in vaping, or in juices, or in mods, or in any other field, because when you're deprived from this support, um, which the government in all should provide you, you either give up on everything, or you tend to be more fierce, like I want to get it, so you move it and you do get it. So that's the thing. um, I have something to share, since we're talking about juices now. For the local people, I've heard a lot of comments. I read a lot on pages. I don't interact as much. Um, I've read something not so far ago. Someone advising people not to go for DIY.
All right. One question: Did you ever decided on a name, for example, Nasty or whatever, for your
Uh,
lineup?
yeah, actually, I can show you. I can show you a sample bottle which I prepared with the logo, and just give me a second. I can bring it and show you. So technically, this was the project.
Hope you're enjoying this. It didn't go as well with Adolf. Hopefully, we're gonna try with him. Everyone is saying Mac. Who is Mac?
So this is the bottle. I guess it will show if it's not showing now.
Is this
Uh,
Fairuz, the name?
no, that's Beirut. Um, the project was in process, but then I decided to keep it to keep it down for now, and keep on just doing what I'm doing until things change. Hopefully, they would in uh, in uh, in the future. Um
Okay.
yeah, I was um, I was mentioning something. Many people have fear for DIYers, people who do their stuff. Vaping is about trust. You need to trust your supplier. You need to trust the company you are used to getting the juice, and you look for
Okay,
recommendations.
I'm
You look
gonna
for
talk a little bit about the prices because lately I've been hearing a lot, and you said the same. I've been hearing a lot of people who, due to the dollar sign inflation, and everyone is going back either back to smoking cigarettes because it's cheaper, or to fake juice. Can you tell
yeah,
us a little bit more about prices?
yeah. I will get to the prices. Just let me just clarify something. Just finish the point I was saying, and all of this is due to the delay in the sound. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for the comments. I'm really sorry if I'm not being able to read or respond to anyone. And Fadi, no, you're not getting the chair. Um, you need to trust in the vape industry. You need to trust. You need to trust the company. You need to trust your supplier, and you need to trust the people you work with. So that's why DIYers shine, because they are trusted by their friends and they are trusted by their close people. So trust is very important. Now, um, prices are being inflated now, and many people are taking advantage of that. Um, they're taking advantage of the inflation happening. Many people are selling fake juice. Now, this is a bottle. I always get bottles from people asking me to check if there was good, if we can do anything to enhance it. This is a Keep It 100. Keep It 100 is a company um, which is based in New Jersey. It's for Liquid Labs, and it's based in New Jersey. So usually every bottle you get from the market, which is an American-based company, um, you always almost heard that you need to look for the chubby gorilla sign on the bottle. Why it is the chubby gorilla sign on the bottle? Because you either do just like Apple Twist does, which is having your own logo on the bottle at the bottom, or you just get a bottle which is by has a chubby gorilla imprint embedded on the bottom of the bottle. Chubby Gorilla is a company which does bottles in the US, and every company which doesn't have their own bottling, they have embedded at the bottom. They use the Chubby Gorilla bottle in general in Europe and US. That's why people look for the Chubby Gorilla sign. So this one is a Keep It 100 bottle, bought from Lebanon, which is supposed to be either having a Keep It 100 embedded at the bottom of it, or a chubby gorilla sign. And here you see there's none. So this is definitely a fake. What's wrong with fake juices, and why are they cheaper? Because no one is monitoring what's in them. You don't know what's in them. So you don't know what type of nicotine, the concentration of that nicotine, what type of concentrates there are. So this is trust. We're going back to trust. So some people would just grab this for a low price and say, "Yeah, I got a good deal. I bought some really cheap juice." But in fact, you know what type of decatones are in there, what type of acetones, acetals, the ratios of that, the ratios of nicotine level. You know, you can get overdosed from nicotine. You know, you have bad nicotine. You know, you have industrial vegetable glycerin, which is not supposed to be inhaled, and it's way more cheaper. So this is the trust.
You
You
know,
need to trust.
I didn't know that. I was just checking my juices now. They all have the
Yeah, I heard that you were checking your juices just now, so I was like just pausing to hear that. So the fake juice is just based in Far East. Chinese replicate everything. They take a good name, whether you like the juice or not. Those companies, they're regulated by the
By the way,
FDA.
next week we have another guest. He's Paul Kiriarty. He used to be the region or the worldwide sales manager for Dinner Lady, and he shifted to Chubby Gorilla. So he will be with us, and he will talk about international
Of,
market,
of
also
course,
fake and original juice.
he will tell you about it. Just I wanted to pass by. Trust. You can't trust someone who sells you a keep it 100 in a store and not trust someone your friend knows. So that's how you build trust with DIYers, and never ever advise people or give them this bad advice about DIYers are bad, what they do is not good. Well, it all depends on the people. The same person who sells you this can do a lot of horrible things. Other people have good deeds. They would provide you with a decent um, concentrate, which is FDA approved, shipped right from the US. As for the pricings,
It's
the
word
very
of
important,
mouth.
the pricings. Now, many people, I do understand that they buy any bottle is supposed to be around $12 to $15 in wholesale, the 100. Um, and they have the right to sell it for $16 to $20 in dollars. That's very logical, and I do understand why some people just bump their prices, or they're just like now they're calculating the $20 to its actual market price because due to inflation. But what's not acceptable is selling a 100 milliliter bottle for over 100,000 lbp. This is not acceptable. This is unethical, and those are opportunists. Um, I used to have my salt nicotines for 20,000, the 30 ml, and 60 ml for 30,000, sorry, 20,000 as well, and the 100 mls for 30,000. That was before. Now the dollar jumped, and when it jumped, now it's from $1,500 to $4,000. The prices jumped 10,000 Lebanese pounds on all the pricings. That's all. I decided to uh, take some damage myself, and knowing that my stuff were bought at lower prices, and I wasn't an opportunist. Why? Because I'm working with my friends, with the people I know, with the people I have worked with for 3 years now. So those are not clients, or they're not business related. They're just friends, you know. Uh, um, so yeah, about Marwan and the VGPG quality grade. Um, you need USP grade kosher. VG is 99.8 or zero point 0.9. That's the VG ratio you need. And as well, USP grade propylene glycol. And the nicotine, you have very cheap nicotine and you have very, very expensive nicotines. And it all uh, varies. But as long as you're getting a nicotine bottle with a um, uh, seal and approved from a country which monitors those stuff, you're very safe. And that's After all, I do vape myself. I do my stuff to vape them myself. So I wouldn't put anything that harms me in my bottles, and definitely I wouldn't put anything that harms my brother in his bottles. So that's the relation with the iWires and their people. So the pricings now, they're 30,000 for salt, 30,000 for 60 ml, and 40,000 for 100 mls, Lebanese pounds. But I just put some limit on the nicotine. I'm not doing anything over 6. I'm not doing anything over 30 for salt, just because the everything is on lockdown now, and the stocks won't last long if we did that. So yeah, I'll just take a break now, get to hear what you have to say, and get to answer the next.
Very reasonable pricings, by the way. Well, the reason for all this is to get to know a lot of things from you. So I gave you all the information. Let me know more about you, and we need to build a trust with DIY because honestly, you're doing a great job. I mean, the worldwide juices are not doing something magical. They're doing the same things that you're doing, and that was a really good information.
Every company in the world works with top company or brands. For example, this is Capella, one of the major 9, I call them, companies in the world. This is Flavor West. Those are American based. You have Flavora, you have Inawera, you have Flavor Art. Some are Polish, others are Italian. Um, and those are the top concentrate companies in the world. Of course, you have sub companies and you have very good ones. They all have a very huge line of flavorings, and all the juices you have in the world, if they're decent enough, those are the basis of them, those companies. I don't trust much of the Far East companies because they're not well monitored. So if you want to do a decent job and you want to call your stuff premium, as everyone calls it nowadays, you have to work with the best, and those are the best.
So you're using the
Uh,
best ingredients, and basically you're working on the word of mouth, friends of friends, as you said, and this is how a trust should be built. To be
yeah,
honest,
yeah.
we're gonna try to invite Adolf now. Let's hope he can join us. You did, I mean, you did the best thing ever, Paul. I didn't know
Thank.
you before, to be honest. I heard of you, but I didn't meet you. I didn't talk to you before, right or wrong? So
Right, right.
this is really good what you said. You gave us a lot of information, and as Marwan said, I think Marwan. Let me just check. Yeah, he said perfect prices, and thanks for being honest.
I just need to mention something, George. I just read the comments. I'm really sorry. I'm not being able to monitor the comments because I'm talking through one screen and the other comments are on the other screen. Um, George, I did one recipe. It's a tobacco honey infused, and blame Fadi for not sending that one because he said, "Oh, he might not like it." So I did another thing for you. And some people are really enjoying your. I called it G because it's George, and some people are really enjoying G, honestly. So without you knowing, and. As for the best dessert at the moment, I would go for uh, butter cookies, maybe, or yeah, the butter cookies one is good, and the chocolate glazed for me is good, and I would go for the Cuban sugar cookie. I call it Cuban Grand Sugar
The
Daddy.
G spot, bro.
So the Cuban Grand Sugar Daddy is a Cuban cigar infused with sugar cookies and some like dessert notes. I really enjoy that one. So yeah, thank you for having me, Jay. Sorry I took all the time because if I would want to wait for a question and then answer, it would have been a hassle since we have like more than 30 seconds of delay. So we would have been silent the whole time.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. So I've added
سامعيني شيء؟
added
سامعينك.
Adolf. I still don't see him. Let's hope he appears live now. And we have him online.
Hey guys.
Mr. Adolf enjoying his vacation or wherever he is now. Mr. Adolf Kardahi.
Hello. Hello.
Hey Adolf, سامعينك, we can hear you bro. كيفك؟
Hey. I'm okay, man. I'm okay. I don't know what's up with my screen. It's all black. Hello.
Hey Adolf, I can hear you honestly. Your screen is white, but
Maybe because you're in the dark.
I can hear you. No, it's gray, more gray than black. So yeah, you don't have a video broadcast, but your voice is heard.
Hello.
We all can hear you. Okay, now everyone listen. If we were not able to get Adolf, he promised us another episode. Him alone. He's gonna tell us everything about coils, the difference between coils, and same as Paul did. He's gonna tell us how he started and where this issue all grow up, and he started have his own brand, international orders. What happened is Adolf went suddenly. It wasn't decided. He went suddenly to mountain area, and his connection is not really good. And he's using 3G, and he's using Alpha. So that's where the connection is not really good with him. I'll try to switch. All right, we're gonna give him ask him to try again, and we're gonna try to re-add him once he appears online again.
Okay, since we're still online and like the people are here, and I guess this video is gonna be rewatched again by other people. Please, please don't buy those cheap batteries. Please, those are cheap batteries. Never buy any battery which is less than $12. Never put any battery which is like for 8 thou or $8 or $6 in your mod. Those are worthless. You can always refer to Battery Mooch Facebook. Check the batteries. Know how each one is. The
Yes,
source
for
of them.
sure.
Again, the source. Go back to the source. Trust
AWT.
the person.
Follow
Trust the
Mooch
person.
on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yep.
AWT is shit. The
Yes, it
worst ever.
is. Samsung 25Rs. You get the LGs. Uh, uh, you have the Sony VTC4, Sony VTC5, and VTC6, but those are risky unless you know the person, because those are they got really duplicated and replicated and cloned. Um, you have the LG HG2, the brownies, they call them. They're brown. You have the Ohm Boy and Ohm Life. Those ones I loved. Uh, the Ohm Work and the Ohm Life. They're good. Thanks to David Deep. Those are the batteries he got me from 2 years ago. So beware, stay safe, and always trust your people. Adolf, we can hear you.
Man, David is everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost 52 minutes live so far. Let's try Adolf once again. All right, it's not gonna work with Adolf. I think we had a good first episode, full of information about DIY juice from Paul and why we should. I mean, for, the main issue to me is to support another Lebanese fellow doing his best to introduce acceptable solutions, especially in what's happening now in Lebanon with the dollar information, and it's really stupid. So what you're doing, Paul, is really great. I really enjoyed the show. Hope you guys also enjoyed the show. And if you have anything else, let us know, bro, before we end the first show. Hope you liked the show, by the way.
I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on the first show. I wish you all the best. Like I heard that you local trying to do something. I'm in, no questions. Even though I've never promoted anything of what I do, I kind of prefer to stay in the shadows. But for a friend who is doing his best as well to get there, I fully support. I hope I see you one day uh, with a big fat YouTube channel, Facebook broadcasts, and wishing you all the best. Thank you for the all the nice words. Thanks for all the support from all the my friends who are in the chat, for people who couldn't make it will watch it later, for everyone who has been with me for the past 3 years. Um, uh, I love you, lab rats. I call them lab rats because every new thing we do is just like we sit together, we be lab rats, and we test
If
it.
you didn't subscribe to the channel, subscribe now. We need to take this to YouTube, guys. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna save the episode and post it on YouTube so everyone can also see it. And
So
yeah, I didn't reach this level, which is nothing basically. We're still in the beginning, but all that due uh, to the huge support from the guys Wasim, George, Ali, Marwan. I'm gonna mention everyone. Adolf for sure, man. By the way, I don't use any coil else Adolph's coils. By the way,
screamer,
hope you enjoyed the show.
screamers all the way.
And next week, as I told you, we have John Moriarty. Hopefully, we'll get someone local as well. I think Rabi' is available. So the John will talk about the international market, and Rabia will get us a little bit about the local market. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you next week, guys.
Thank you.
Yalla, take care, everyone, and have a great weekend. Bye bye.